Behind me is everyone's average Minecraft house. The issue is that this wooden box is super ugly. In this video, I'm going to show you how to literally turn this ugly house into a gorgeous 3-story home with only 3 simple steps. So what are these 3 components to make this house go from a box to a luxury? Well, it's really simple, so let's get started. So we're quickly going to start talking about some 3 key components to make yourself a good Minecraft house. So you don't have to just follow my tutorials, you can also improvise and make your own versions of them. Also, we have Dragon joining us today, so everyone say hello in the comments. We're going to start off with component number 1, which is color palette. So color palettes are super important for builds. This is a big example right here. If you see the original house, let's fly all the way over to the original house design that we're going to build. This is what it looks like. And you see that there's oak planks here, right? So this is the color palette for this build. It's spruce, oak, and then log, and then cobblestone and stone. This is what the color palette looks like. The reason why, if we go all the way over here, we have cherry wood, is the cherry wood doesn't look bad. It's not horrible, but it does stand out a little too much. Using oak is better in my opinion because it's more like earthy tones. It all kind of stays in one. Spruce, instead of oak, we actually use cherry, and then log, cobblestone, and stone brick. This is the color palette. Again, it doesn't look horrible, but the pink stands out a little too much with the cherry wood. Yes, cherry wood is a very nice block. It works for many other builds, but for this house specifically, it doesn't work totally because it kind of just pops out a little too much in my opinion. You want to make sure that you have a nice distribution of colored blocks that fit well together, and I don't think that cherry wood is really the best option for that. Now, this is another really important example that I would say. Number 2, we have depth. So depth is really important in a build, and these blocks that I have in my inventory here are all blocks that are able to be used to add depth. So on this side, this first side of the house right here, you see that there's no depth used besides these trapdoors. And this is what it looks like with depth. So you could tell that this side right here is a lot better. Some examples of depth that we used here are making the wall 1 block out inwards compared to this right here being the same block. Also, we remove the depth from the pillars right here, so it's just 1 regular oak log. Depth right here can also be used with buttons, which I removed. And you can even go as far as to say depth right here with the roof to be totally removed on this side, and just place the cobblestone stairs inward another level, which again looks looks pretty weird in my opinion. Some great ways to improve depth on your builds are using stairs, slabs, fences, doors, trapdoors, pressure plates, buttons, fence gates, and hanging signs. I would say that adding depth to a build is definitely the most difficult of the 3, but using blocks such as stairs, slabs, trapdoors to make the walls look more 3-dimensional definitely helps your builds. It makes them look a lot better. You know, stuff like this is just minor details, but also the small details are what could make your build a lot better. You could definitely tell by this example here that depth in your builds matters a lot, and using more 3-dimensional blocks that can be used here, such as these trapdoors to look like window shades or whatever. You can also just look at this wall right here and tell that there's like missing space. Like, you know, there's like these corners that are open and it looks like missing space. When you go here, everything looks a lot more filled in, a lot more clean. And honestly, it's super easy to do. It's super easy to do. You know, it's just stairs, trapdoors. That's literally it, and it looks so good. And number 3 here, we have repetition. A nice build consists of many patterns. To point out a few patterns in front of the house here, we have the repeating windows, the oak pillars, the logs poking out right here with the buttons and without the buttons, and the roof design itself. Those are all repetitive patterns here that are used in the build, and they make it look super clean. Now, if I change the repetition to remove the patterns, which is what I did on this half of the build here, you can tell there's a loss of balance, there's no symmetry, too much weight on this side of the build compared to the other side, and it looks lopsided. It does not look good. So the use of repetition here, taking these trapdoors, adding it on all windows compared to just 1 window, or adding buttons here on all logs instead of just some logs, or even keep it the same color here. So instead of using oak stairs, we're going to use spruce stairs. That makes it look a lot better. And once again, one more example of repetition used here is that the trapdoors here look a lot more cleaner in my opinion, and we have slabs on the side, so we can go and remove those and we can place slabs instead. That looks a lot more clean. And yeah, that's repetition right there. The next thing we're going to go over is how to apply these 3 key components into your own build. So let's say this is your house right here. It is a very small oak house, just a box, literally nothing. Let's start off. What is the first thing we should do? Well, I say the first thing we should do here is add depth. And the way we added depth into the build here is adding these logs around it just to give it a little bit of a frame and it looks cleaner. And then we move the door from from the middle here to the side, so that also looks cleaner. Next up, we have more depth, so depth part 2. You can see right here, I added depth on one side, and I took a lot of inspiration from that build over there. All we did was add trapdoors, stairs, and slabs right there. Added a window and then trapdoors on here to look like window shades. And then I also used the pillar here. The same pillar idea from that one, except a little bit different. We can also go as far as taking this whole design right here and adding it onto this side, which is what we actually did over here. Adding repetition part 1. That is part of repetition, to take this and take it onto another part of the build, and adding these logs up here. So logs on each one, every same amount of intervals, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Technically, actually, you can make this as long as you want. It doesn't have to be just two sections here. You can make this like 10, but keep the repetition 1 2 3 4 5 6. Every 6 blocks, add one of these, add a pillar, and maybe just continue with the window frame design right here. You can make a build look really, really nice. And then finally, I kind of combine these two together, but adding repetition part 2 and color palette. When we talk about the color palette here, we're going to talk about the different colors that are used. So we're going to block pick oak planks, oak logs, spruce planks, cobblestone stairs. This is mostly the entire color palette right here. Super simple, honestly. There it is. If you want to see it like that, that's basically all of it, you know? Pretty simple blocks. The blocks are also really easy to obtain, all right? Right? Super simple. Another idea of repetition that I have is the window right here. I know the window is not the exact same, but just the idea of moving the window up here. The reason why the window is not the same as this one is because this window is 2 blocks by 2 blocks. This one is 3 blocks by 2 blocks. And if I made it 2 blocks right here, then you could see that the design is off and it looks not right. So that is why we want to keep it symmetrical and add the window in the middle like that. And as you can see, this house right here looks 1,000,000 times better than this house right here. This thing is just a plain box you probably built on your first night, and you can take this simple steps, maybe one day at a time in Minecraft. You know, one day you do this, next day you do this, add this, add this. It's really super simple steps to do, and I believe that you can all do it. My friends, if you skip this far, we're going to do the house tutorial now to actually build this beautiful looking house right here. Super simple, do not worry about it. It'll take very short amount of time. We're going to start off by making sure we have a 15 by 13 block area. So if we're standing right here, 15 blocks that way, including this block, by 13 blocks that way, including this block. So this is the corner. And then you're just going to connect them two on this corner over here so that you have a nice square on your ground fit for making this house. Next thing we're going to do is build up 1 2 3 4 blocks with our oak logs, and then we're going to go 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 on the 7th block here where our door is. Get rid of that door and build up another 4 blocks. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Place it on the corner right here, and then we're going to do the same thing, making sure that the pillar is in the middle. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. That's the middle block. 1 2 3 4 5 6 block right here. Just remember that this side is 13 blocks, so it's actually shorter. This side is 15 blocks, so in each gap you're going to have 1 2 3 4 5 6 blocks. Place a block, place a pillar. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Place a pillar. For the 15 block side, and for the 13 block side, we're going to have 1 2 3 4 5 pillar. 1 2 3 4 5 pillar. Once again, make sure you do it on every single side so that the build is pretty even, and you can see from a bird's eye view that we've connected the pillars up on each side. Next part we're going to do is connect each pillar on top with oak logs right here. Make sure it is connected on the very top block where the roof meets the pillars, which is again super simple. You may have to chop down a few trees, which is no problem at all, but it's super simple to do. And then once you have that done, every single corner here, every single pillar, we're going to place blocks extending outwards. For example, this pillar right here, because the block is facing up like that, we're going to place a log extending out like that. Same thing on every single side. So when you're finished, it should look something like this on the front, and from a bird's eye view, once again, should look something like this. I am so sorry. I totally forgot that we're actually going to replace this with stone bricks right here. I totally apologize. It's not a big deal because stone bricks are easy to get. You just gotta mine a few. Mine some cobblestone, put it in a smelter, and then craft 4 stone for 4 stone bricks. Pretty simple. I apologize. I just looked over at the house right there and I realized that it's planks. So that was totally my bad. What we're actually gonna do now is take our door and place the door. Oh, what the? Place the door right there. Make sure it's in the middle. 2 doors right there. And then on this side, we're going to get panes, glass panes. Place a... Oh, sorry. I accidentally filled in the inside. Place it like that. And then we're going to get oak trapdoors. And place them here to look like window shades. And you're just going to repeat the window design on every single side. Except now, it's going to be 1 block. 1 window. There we go. If you did it all correctly, you should have a window on each side in the middle. So right here, we have 1 window and 2 trapdoors. 1 window, 2 trapdoors. 2 windows, 2 trapdoors on the back, 2 windows, 2 trapdoors in the back. This side right here, 1 window, 2 trapdoors, 1 window, 2 trapdoors, and next to the front door, 2 windows, 2 trapdoors. Pretty simple stuff here. Now, if you guys want to go inside of your house and start filling in the area just to get easier access to the 2nd floor, totally do that because we're going to start working on the 2nd floor here. What I'm just going to do is just get rid of it. Oh, I am so sorry. Get rid of it like this, so that we can continue building up on the 2nd area. Maybe build a staircase or something, because we're going to continue building up here. So once you reach your 2nd floor up here, on every single oak log extending outwards, we're going to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On every single one, that includes this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to do that for every single one all around. So when you're done, your house should look like this with pillars 5 blocks up, all on the same sides around. And what we're going to do once again is connect all the sides like this. And you're not going to connect like this. You're not going to place anything there at all. We're going to leave that open. Connect all the other pillars just like this. Leave that open. Connect the pillars here. Connect it up. And then leave this side open. And once again, connect it all on this side. And your build should look like this at the moment. Now what we're going to do after your build looks like this right now is take our oak planks. And we're going to fill in the oak planks right here on this side, so that when you look through the front of the house, you'll see oak planks just like that. We're going to do that on all open sides right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, which I just filled in. Fill in oak logs, because this is also going to be the inside of your wall. So I'll be right back once I do that. All right, so this is what it looks like on the inside here. You're probably going to want to fill in these pillars just because you want your wall to be covered. That's what I'm going to do. You don't have to, of course, but from the outside, this is exactly what your house should look like. Hopefully you did everything correctly. What we're going to do next is take our glass panes and oak trapdoors, fill it in the middle of this area. So you have 2 by 2 glass panes right here, 2 trapdoors to look like shades. We're going to do the same thing over here, fill it in with trapdoors. And on this side, we're not going to do 2 by 2. We're going to do 2. Oops. We're going to do 2 by 1. So it's tall. It's that tall. That's the dimensions. Once again, fill it in with trapdoors. Do it on this side. And we're going to fill that in on every single side. We're going to copy this side. Do this right here. 2 by 2. Oak trapdoors. 2 by 2. Oak trapdoors. This is the back side of the build. And then right here, 1 by 2. 2 by 1, sorry. Trapdoors. 2 by 1. Trapdoors. And we should have windows on each side of the house. This is what it looks like from the inside. Once that is complete, we're actually going to start doing a little bit of the decorating on this house. So what we're going to do is on every single pillar, I'll start with this one. Every single pillar, we're going to surround it with a spruce stairs at the bottom and a spruce stairs on top. And then have a trapdoor, spruce trapdoor in the middle, just like that. So go around to every single pillar, place your spruce stairs and your spruce trapdoors. Okay, so once you finish that, you should have this on each side, which looks pretty nice actually. I'm a big fan of it. That's what it looks like on every single side. I know to zoom through. Hopefully you got that. And then another thing, which I totally forgot about, which is, again, this is my first tutorial, okay? I'm gonna mess up a little bit. What we're going to do on each side here, on the front and back, is place a log poking out just like that. We're not going to do it on this side because we have to fill in the roof. And then 1, 2, 3. Totally apologize for that. Next thing we're going to do is take buttons, spruce buttons preferably. But if you don't have spruce buttons, it's totally okay. We're going to place spruce buttons on each log poking out just because it adds a little bit of detail. Just a little bit. But it looks pretty nice in my opinion. So it just gives it that little extra spice. You know what I'm saying? Little extra spice. Once again, we're going to add it on this side. Oh, how did I place this wrong? And there we go. That's what it should look like at the moment. Next thing we're going to do is take our trapdoors and place spruce trapdoors on each side here. Make sure it covers the front side of the logs. So that's what it should look like on the front side. And then we're going to go over here in front of this stairs place a trapdoor. In front of this stairs, place a trapdoor. On the top here, trapdoor, trapdoor. So you should have it look like that. I'm going to keep this open because I prefer it to be open. I'm also going to get rid of this diamond. I don't like to place trapdoors here because I feel like I don't know. It's just my personal opinion. You could do it totally if you want to. I will choose not to, but I like to keep the doorway open a little bit just like that. So we're going to go around at each side in front of every single stairs. We're going to place a spruce trapdoor just like this. Make sure you have spruce trapdoors right here and on top, right next to all the stairs. You don't have to put it in front of this one because that looks a little weird, but totally up to you. Once again, I'm going to fill this whole area in around the oak logs just like this with spruce trapdoors. There we go. That's what it should look like on the front of the house. This is what it should look like on the sides. Make sure to pause if you're a little confused. Here's the back side right here, and here's this other side once again. Hopefully you got everything correctly. Hopefully I didn't mess up or anything. Next thing we're gonna do is up here on this corner, because you could tell it looks a little empty there. We're gonna place stairs, trapdoor, trapdoor, just like that. And then once again, kind of like how we did this with each pillar down here, we're gonna place on this pillar, trapdoor, here, trapdoor, and then a trapdoor. We're gonna kind of fill in the pillar like that, and we're gonna do that for every single oak pillar that's being held up. So like this, stairs. You can keep the side open if you want. We're gonna keep that open for now. So there we go. This is what it should look like. On the front here, right above the door, you have this pattern where we place stairs on the corner, trapdoor open, and then trapdoor on top, and we repeat that all the way around on every single side. And it looks a little weird like this, right? It looks a little weird to have the stairs poking out but no like log like this. But the reason why is because we're gonna have the roof in the way, so we're gonna have to break that log either way. No point in wasting logs, right? So hopefully you did everything correctly. Once again, now it is time for the roof. Make sure you have a lot of cobblestone stairs on you. The way we're going to build the roof now is we're going to take temporary blocks. I'm just going to use dirt right here. Place 2 temporary blocks and then have your cobblestone right there. Cobblestone stairs. And then we're going to keep doing this pattern where we place it back and forth. So back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, all the way until we reach that middle block. So we're going to keep going back and forth. And then on the top block, which is this block right here, you're going to stop and place the cobblestone stairs. Is going to be upside down just like that. Why are you up here? Come on to the other side, place temporary blocks just like this and a cobblestone stairs. And then we're once again going to keep continuing this pattern back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, all the way up until it connects to this stairs. And then what I like to do here is place a cobblestone slab, because it elevates it a little bit. It looks nice. And then once this first side here is done, it should look like a nice triangle. It will be a little tall at first, but we're going to fill it in, of course. Before we fill it in, we're going... Excuse me, sir. Before we fill it in, we're going to actually place cobblestone stairs around it. So place cobblestone stairs all around. And then this side right here, make sure it comes out to this block poking out. We're once again going to place the same pattern where we go back and forth with the cobblestone. And then, of course, place the upside down stairs and then the cobblestone slab on top. Then we're going to come around to this side, do the exact same thing. Place this just... What? Place cobblestone stairs all around, once again, leading up to this block right here. And once you're up to there, back and forth all the way around. Pretty easy pattern to follow. Hopefully I'm saying it in a way that makes sense, because I feel like I'm confusing myself right now. Here we go, connect it up, have the slab on top. Once it is all done, the base of the roof, you should have this design right here. This is what it looks like from up top. So it's pretty nice, but we're of course going to fill it in. So this part is irritating for me. I don't know why. I always find it irritating. But what we're going to do is we're going to start off by placing spruce planks just like this. We're going to fill in this area so that it actually looks really nice. Just like that. Everywhere you see open space in front of the roof, fill in with spruce just like that. And when you go and look in the front, it looks nice. We're going to add the windows and stuff later, but we're first going to fill out the roof. Next, place your stairs just like this, your spruce stairs. We're going to place it like that, and then continue this all the way down to the other side right here. Sir, excuse me, please. I'm going to sit you down right here. You're getting in the way, man. And then I find this really annoying to do, but go around with all your spruce stairs, place it in just like this, connecting to each other, so that the roof has this design. On the same block as the cobblestone stairs, place it all the way down, and you're gonna have to do that for all of this. Okay, finally, that took a really long time, but I've just filled in this area. It looks really nice, by the way. Filled it in all with spruce stairs. You do got to do the other side. Oh god. If you want to build this a little easier, I recommend taking spruce planks, filling in this area, and then instead of having to place the stairs side to side, you can actually just go around, place them just like this, which is a lot easier. Okay, so now I finished this side right here. What I'm gonna do is actually fill this in on top. And something that I like to do, you don't have to, but it's just something I like to do. Fill this in if you'd like. It looks okay. It doesn't look amazing. That's totally optional, but totally up to you once again. Now, something I like to personally do just to add a little bit of pizzazz, you know what I'm saying? Place 2 glass panes just like this, and we're actually going to place oak slabs and fences in this pattern. Yeah, then we're gonna take oak stairs, place it upside down like that, and then have a grass block in the middle, placed with a oak trapdoor, and then on the bottom an oak slab. So you have this kind of nice little view. And then what I like to do, take a little poppy, you know, maybe you could put a little flower pot. If we look up pot right here, we could take a little flower pot. Maybe we can get my favorite looking plant in the pot, a little bamboo, you know, that looks cool too. But I'm gonna go with poppy because the red stands out a little bit. It's nice, okay? This is a nice looking build. Again, what you just did there, that little balcony thing, is optional on this side, but make sure you also fill this in, please. And then once again here, because it looks a little plain, we're gonna add a window. I'm gonna do it as just trapdoors because this is the back side. Nothing crazy. If you want to add this this flower pot plant thing, you're more than welcome to, but I will personally not do it this time. And guys, that is basically it. That's literally the whole build. I told you all. It was pretty easy to build. For every person that likes the video, I'll give Dragon a cookie. He loves cookies. Subscribe.